What's up, you guys? Welcome to the post-game show. I'm just gonna let you go, brother, because
All right.
you're busting.
I'm going to start off by saying here's the number I have for you. Under Salah, when we have these mini buys, so more than 7 days to get ready, our record with this clown is 2-7. 2-7 with this clown. Get a load of this. And in those 9 games, we've been outscored 195 to 92 with 61 penalties. Woody Johnson, how is this man keeping his job? I don't get it, Kevin. I don't get it. We have a Hall of Fame quarterback, and if you closed your eyes yesterday, you thought Zach Wilson was fucking playing because this team does the same stupid shit.
20-5 now, or 20-35 now. 20-35
And Kevin, here, I'll give you another note
in
before I
in
really.
4 years.
Yeah. So here, you just said 20-35, right? Hold on. I have something for you. So in 55 games, right, this clown of a coach has 20 wins, right? 20 wins and he has a job. But in the 55 games, do you know 19 of our losses were by double digits? Double
Yeah, the
digits.
blowouts. Yeah,
How does this clown have a job, Kevin? Can you imagine? I work
and
for a law firm. I work for any firm, and I blew the bet. I blew it as much as this guy did. I'd be fired.
anybody, come on, anybody at any job, if you performed like this over a period of time,
What
you
is
could
going
forget
on
it.
with this? What
Hey,
is going on with this
and
organization?
it's not just the fans. It's not just the fans. You have ex-players. Did you see Damian Woody?
Yes, yes,
And,
yes.
and did you see it? Did you happen to hear Esiason this morning say there is a definite divide between the head coach and the quarterback?
Yeah,
There's no doubt
yeah.
about it. You can see it.
Kevin, this team is 2-7 off of mini buys. This team yesterday had 15 penalties, 13 of them which was accepted for 91 yards. You had more penalties than points. And Salah, you jackass, you drafted Malachi Corley, you Braylon Edwards. You don't use him on the 1 yard, not Braylon Edwards, the other running back. You don't use him
Yeah,
on the
right
one
now.
yard line. He's
Yeah,
240 pounds.
what you got? A bruiser, man.
My God. And I'm sorry. The only penalty I'm really pissed off about is the Allen Lazard one. Are we no longer allowed to have fun in this league? Is that it? This now is the penalty. This now is the penalty. Who
Yeah,
were the refs betting on yesterday? Because he was sitting on the floor, he did it. And hold on, Kevin. Then Charles Davis had to make up some bullshit that always because he spun the ball.
yeah.
He sticking up for these refs who are gambling themselves.
There
I'm
was
disgusted.
I can count two or three times, two for sure, that Rodgers took a hit. It should have been a flag. Should have been a
Yeah,
flag.
but Kevin, I had someone
Other
today. Go ahead.
Mahomes would have got roughing the passer.
Oh yeah, Kevin, I had
Brady would have
somebody.
got roughing the passer. Now,
Yeah, yeah,
on Green Bay, probably Rodgers would have got roughing the passer. But
yeah,
because he's on the Jets,
yeah. Can't have the Jets be 3-1.
yeah,
Can't have the Jets be 3-1. But Kevin, here's what I don't get.
you lost to a quarterback that threw for 60 yards.
And through his first touchdown pass against us.
Yeah.
His
Your
first
quarter
touchdown pass against us.
your quarterback was 24 of 42 for 225 yards and 26 yards on the ground.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let me ask you a
The
question.
defense held them to 10 points in your house and you
Yeah,
lost the game.
yeah. Let me ask you a question, Kevin. Did Garrett Wilson not practice this week?
I
Did
don't think
Breece Hall
I
not practice this week? Because those were the two worst. Those two guys had the worst game I've seen in their Jet career, which isn't that long, but still.
listen, I went back to our notes yesterday when we were texting each other during the game, right?
Uh huh.
At 106, you say something smells in MetLife today.
Yeah, yeah,
I say they look asleep. This
yeah.
was at 106.
Kevin, you said in the podcast that JFM was going to do something. And what did he do? He sacked Rodgers.
Big sack,
Okay?
too.
Okay?
Big
Now,
sack.
I'm going to give you one better because I'm not a JFM guy. And you know what? Because I don't know the X's and O's like some of these other people, but I don't even think they know the X's and O's. JFM, with great coaching all around on that Denver squad, he had no penalties yesterday. No penalties. That
Disappointing.
alone, that
Details,
alone should tell
details.
you something.
Yeah. And and I
Alone
tell you
should tell you
something,
something.
and I tell you something else. He played a great game the whole game, JFM.
Well, tell me something, Kevin. Tell me something. They had 5 quarterback sacks, 14 hits on Rodgers, and I don't even know how many pressures overall. Where was this great Will McDonald, which I gave him credit last week. He disappeared. Someone told me, oh, he was the best player out on the field for the D line. No sacks, 2 penalties, and he was our best player on the D line? Can we get Quinton Williams some help?
He's holding out.
Ah, screw Hassan Reddick. He might not even have been the difference anyway. You know, Kevin, Salah
Yeah,
is a
he
bum.
might have gotten his
Salah,
money. He might have gotten paid and not wanted to play.
Kevin,
What?
your first, and listen, everyone's going to blame Nathaniel Hackett. But you know what? Aaron Rodgers, the only mistake he made was not changing those plays on the 1 yard line. Because
Mhm.
you have Williams, who's 6 something, a big target. You got Lazard, who's 6 something. You got Braylon Allen, who's 240 pounds, and you're bringing in Solomon Thomas to be cute and try to catch a pass in the friggin' end zone? Are you
And
kidding me?
and I'll tell you something else too. I said to you also, it was like they knew the plays between Zach and JFM. They knew the plays. It was I they had it covered like they knew the plays.
Kevin, Kevin, forget if they knew the plays or not. I don't think I know what you're saying. They were just in our heads or whatever. They felt like they were one step ahead of us because every time Rodgers had a drive, it was false start. Like
Mhm.
Breece Hall, you worked with the man all summer. You're still jumping on the cadence. Wilson, you worked with him all summer. You're
Yes,
jumping on the cadence.
yes. And then the head coach throws the QB under the bus. Well, scale.
Yeah. Yeah. But then Kevin, see, this is how stupid. Then this morning he took it back. He took it back.
I know. I know.
This is our coach everywhere. This is, and it's every Jet fan I know on X, on Instagram, on even my friends think this guy's fucking great. He sucks. Salah is not a head coach. He's a defensive coach. And you know what, Kevin? Here's one for you that no one ever talks about. Did ever think that maybe he was a good defensive coordinator in San Francisco because he had all these great weapons on his defensive side?
Hmm.
You got Mike Vrabel sitting out there, higher the man today. These players don't fear Salah. There's no repercussion. There's no nothing. Someone said, "Oh yeah, he's really getting off the old. He's yelling at the old line on the sideline." Big friggin' deal. You see how good that did. His team scored
Well,
9 points with a Hall of Fame quarterback in the background on their team. 9 points. This is
well,
the second time, I think, in history in a game that Aaron Rodgers started that he hasn't thrown a touchdown pass. The second
yes.
time.
Yeah. Welcome to the Jets.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Welcome
There
to the
was no
Jets.
difference. Zach Wilson or Rodgers, you couldn't tell.
I think I said to you around 1:30 or so, 20 to 2. I said, this is like, I've seen this so many times before. This is going
Yeah,
to be like 6-3 Colts in the
yeah,
pouring
you
rain.
did say
I
it.
think,
You
yeah,
did say it. And you
yeah.
know what, Kevin? Someone said, "Oh, well, if Zerline makes the field goal, we're not talking about it." Yes, we are, because even if Zerline hits the 50-yarder, It's not to hang your hat on this game. You got lucky. You got
Yeah,
lucky.
I still would have rather had the W though. I
Of
still,
course,
I still
Kevin.
would have rather he kicked the field goal.
Yeah, of
And,
course.
and
Listen, I'm not.
that's
I get it.
another thing.
I get it, Kevin. So hold on. We get the win. We're 3-1, and now do we really feel confident that we could go beat Minnesota in London? Sweet.
Not even close. Not even close. How? How are you going to beat that team?
Well, Kevin, what are we gonna do if we lose in London, come home, have to play Buffalo, and lose to them? Now we're 2-4. Are we a quarter of the way of our season being over, or am I still supposed to relax like I hear some Jet fans telling me?
You'll be 2-5, right? No, 2-4. 2-4. Yeah. Well, hey, man.
We can discuss it.
And
And you
you can be 2-5 because you got the Steelers after that.
well, yeah, but the Steelers lost. All right, whatever. I'm not even going to jump that far ahead. This team had a chance to go 3-1, be tied for first
Tied
in
for first.
their division. Hold on, let me finish. Be 1-0 in their division, and then over the whole conference be 3-0. And they shit the bed. And I had somebody tell me, Greg, overall they're 2-2. They're in second place. Shit, they should be 3-1, tied for first. This is what I'm saying. The fan base is so used to settling now because this is what this organization has fed us. That 2-2 right now looks good.
It's like I said to you yesterday. They never seize the day.
Never, never.
You have these opportunities all the time. How many times we've seen this? How many times? You never seize the day. Never. Never.
How can you be happy that they're 2-2 and in second place? But let me tell you something. If Miami wins tonight, now there's two teams in first tied for
Mm-hmm.
first, and you're
Mm-hmm.
sitting there like a bunch of schlubs that they won
Mm-hmm.
a game with a backup quarterback, and we couldn't score more than 15 points against Denver. Stan Denver's got a good. But this is a rookie. He played the way we wanted him to play.
Defense held them to 10 points in your house. Win the game. Win the game.
And then Kevin, can we have a coach that acts like he's been? Did you see this mother? Kevin, what's the kicker's name? Lutz on Denver, whatever his friggin' name is. He misses the field goal with 1:47 left, and Salah is jumping up and down the silence as if we just won the game.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And we just still march 70 yards, which we couldn't do all day. Now I'm excited to see you're going to march it in 70 yards in 95 seconds.
Go back to the Pack game
Go ahead.
when he went for the hug and
Yeah. He's running. He's running like he's
you
so
can make
much.
all the excuses you want for that. Oh well, it was the two-score lead, and we were breaking each other's shot. No. He was like, relax, we haven't done anything.
Exactly. And,
Calm
and,
down.
and then and then to talk about the cadence, Rodgers has been using this cadence for 20 years.
20 years.
I know how to
20
use it.
years.
I know not to move. I know his cadence. 3-2, 3-2. I mean, how many times did we jump? The whole world knows the cadence. We jumped 6 times.
He hard counts and our guys jump.
Oh my freaking Christ. I'm disgusted. This is coaching.
The defense stands still and our guys jump, right?
Oh. Denver had 6 penalties with a rookie quarterback, and we had fucking 13 penalties that were accepted. We had 15, but 2 weren't accepted. 15 penalties, more penalties than points. What organization is it? How is Woody Johnson an owner? How is he not sitting there going, oh, JD, what is this idiot doing? I gave him everything he asked for. You gave him everything he asked for. And we still like a bunch of friggin' idiots out there.
Word is on talk radio today, it's a pressure cooker getting ready to explode. Be between the coach and the quarterback.
Probably right. And Kevin, let me tell you something. The Jets have this policy that they don't fire within season. So if this shit goes left field in the next 13 days, we still got to deal with Salah, and that means another year that we lose Rodgers.
I don't know. I think if the QB were to go into Woody's office and say, "Listen, I can't do that," or and call Douglas, "I can't do this anymore. It's me or him." I don't know.
Let me tell you something, and I don't care what Jet fans say, they comment all your life because you know what? You guys too, I don't know where you're living. Woody wants to be friends with the players, and Salah wants to be hip and be friends with the players. But you know what, Salah? These friends are going to cost you your job if you don't wake the fuck up.
The best lines from the post game last night were Salah saying, maybe we have to scale the cadence back. When he was asked about all the
Yeah,
false
I know.
start penalties and stuff like that. Okay. And they asked Rodgers when he came out afterwards
I saw that.
his response to that. And he says, oh, that's one way to do it. Or maybe you could just hold the damn players accountable.
Exactly. Exactly.
And don't move when I'm pay attention. All day yesterday, what was I saying to you? Focus, focus, focus,
But
focus.
you see,
No,
Kevin,
and there was none.
But Kevin, and I don't understand why other Jet fans don't understand this. This team cannot handle prosperity. This after we beat New England, this break came at the wrong time because this team just starts reading all their press
The
clippings,
press conference.
watching all their damn shows, and they think they're fucking great.
This team always does that for years. And the regime after regime, that's what they do. They win a few games. Oh, they win a big one against a good team or something. Oh my God, they're going to the Super Bowl. Oh my God. Oh,
Kevin,
wow. Look, let's just go like this.
yeah,
What we have to play?
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
here, aren't I? Don't we win?
yeah. And Kevin, this team is 2 plays short against Tennessee of being 1-3.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. If Levis isn't a bonehead,
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, this team
you're
is
one and
2 plays
three. Yeah.
from being 1-3.
Yep.
And we said it, we thought after the New England game every week, progress, progress, progress. This offense looked worse than they did against San Francisco.
There
At
was
least they
no
moved the
offense.
ball.
There was no offense. The offense was Zerline.
Evan, and we're playing a Viking team who could get after the quarterback, even better than Denver can. What happened with this O line? They can't rush block anymore.
And that's another thing I saw. You bring in a kicker,
I don't know.
let him
Could
let him
we?
let him compete. I don't know.
The order is tough. I'm not even blaming Zerline for missing the 50.
No, they should.
Should have came to that, Kevin.
You're passing. Run the damn ball. Give it to Allen. Run the damn ball up the middle. Get another 5-10 yards and make the kick a little easier.
Then, Kevin, you got Williams, the big kid we signed. Is he still on a pitch count? Because why was Gibson in there on 3rd and 10? And why
What are
was
you?
that ball
What?
going to him instead of your 6'7" receiver?
Like I heard somebody say today, if he doesn't return the kick in the Buffalo game last year to win the game,
Oh, he
he's
has?
not even on the team, probably.
But his kick returns now still suck. I feel like he runs right into the
Terrible.
middle.
Terrible. Looks for the pile and runs into it.
Yeah.
I know.
Why isn't
And
Williams
that's
in there
enough.
more?
I
He's
said
still
to
on
you
the pitch
yesterday, I
count.
said, how come I see other teams return these kicks, but we can't?
You drafted this Corley kid. We haven't seen him. You free agent Williams, Mike Williams. Where was he on the 3rd and 10? What John the ball to Gibson? He's the 17th option on the team. This fucking Salah. This is Nathaniel Hackett.
Unreal. It's unreal. And I mean, at some point, I want the quarterback to say, no, I'm not doing that.
I agree with you. How come Rodgers didn't audible anything yesterday? Was he
Yeah.
trying to teach this team a lesson that, listen, if you're not going to show up during the week, then I'm not going to show up on Sunday? Because I've never seen Rodgers throw a bouncer. He threw two bouncers yesterday.
Yeah, dirt balls. Yeah. Just
Yeah.
like you said, we're watching Zach. If
But
you
let me tell you,
saw if you saw the result of this game and you didn't know it was just the Jets against the Broncos, okay? And it was 10-9, you'd think that's who was playing the quarterback.
you say to yourself, oh my God, did Rodgers go down on the first play again?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Disgusting. I don't get it no matter who puts on this uniform. Now, unless
Doesn't
this was Rodgers' way of saying you don't want to practice, and I'm not coming to play in these games. Don't tell me the weather, Kevin, because he's played in the worst weather up in Green Bay where that ball and that snow and that cold is hard as a brick and he could still fling it. For him to throw dirt balls yesterday, he's
Well, you
either
see
hurt.
a couple of times you see the ball coming out of his hand, it's
Yeah.
the ball slipping out of his hand as he threw it.
You
Well,
know.
he said he sucked.
Yeah. Now I know. But I think he's trying to take the pressure off for everyone
Yeah,
else.
yeah, yeah.
Because
Stuck up
that's
for
what a leader does. Points
st-
to him and
stuck
not to
up for his
everyone
running
else.
back. As
Meanwhile,
shitty as his running back played, he stuck up for him.
yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. Meanwhile, yesterday, Salah tried to throw Rodgers under the bus, and then
Mhm.
this morning changed his thinking and then said,
Yeah, yeah,
we
yeah.
as
That's not
coaches
that's
get
not what I
together.
meant.
Yeah. And then he said that later in the afternoon, we as the coaches sat down and had a meeting, and we need to clear this up. This falls on us.
That's not what I was talking about. I was taken out of context, but I was talking about the whole scheme, the whole thing.
Yeah, please. You've been the
All right.
coach for 4 years as the worst coach in football history. How you keep a job is beyond you, is
Mhm.
beyond me.
And everybody said it wasn't such a big thing and everything, but I'll keep going back to it.
Yeah, I know. This man in 55 games, and I'll keep repeating it, is 20 and 35. If I worked for any job and a law firm, I'm a lawyer, and I lose 35 of my cases, you think I'm lasting? Lose my first three cases, they're kicking me out. It's just ridiculous.
Telling you,
Just
we
in
laugh.
baseball get demoted when they lose 3 or 4 games sometimes, and this coach is keeping his job?
Oh, speaking of that, congratulations to your Mets.
Oh, please, they made me sweat my balls off today. Those bastards. Them too.
Bastards.
Them too.
I
You know
know,
what?
I know.
I don't
What
know
else
what
is
else
there to
to
say?
say, Kevin. I'm
Nope.
tired of these sympathizing Jet fans. Well, we're 2-2. We should be 3-1.
Mhm. Seize the day. Never
Oh,
do it.
if Zerline only made the kick. 50 yards isn't easy, even in a perfect weather day,
Yeah.
let
You
alone in
don't.
that weather.
Yes. Yes. I mean, you got to make the kick. I know that, but it wasn't an easy one. So,
You brought in Williams. You got Lazard, both over 6 feet. On 3rd and 10 to keep this game alive, you're throwing the ball to Gibson. That was your best option? First down at the 1 yard line, you're bringing
yeah,
Salah to Thomas.
that's where the game was lost right there.
You're trying to get all cute, Salah, you jackass, against Payton, who's a fucking great coach with a Super Bowl win, but you want to get cute? Run your fucking Tank Allen 3 times. If he can't get 3 feet, then he's not worth a fucking grain of salt.
You get the gift of the flag, the PI in the end zone. You get the first and goal at the one. I said, okay, here we go. A game like this, if you can put it in the end zone, you're probably going to win the game.
Kevin, even if you wanted, let's say you
And
wanted to
who
be,
put it in the end zone and who won the game?
yeah. And Kevin, even on that 1st down and 1, when you're on the 1 yard line,
Mhm.
what happened to a little fade to Lazard 6'5", 6'6", Williams 6'6", 6'7", however tall he is? Why didn't he throw the ball to these two big men?
How about your quarterback dives for a sneak?
We're going to get cute because I'm a good coach and I'm going to bring in Solomon Thomas and we're going to have fun and laugh at the silence. Oh, you fucking moron. You
I
cost
mean,
us the game.
I know he's 40 years old, but I mean, how many times you see Hurts and Allen and everybody line up and dive over the goal line?
Yeah, Kevin, and I get it. I'm with you on it. But then again, I'm faulting Rodgers. You brought in Allen to a beast, to
No,
lightning and
I'm
thunder.
talking about the play calling. Do
Yeah,
something. Be
yeah.
creative. Do something.
You got Wilson, you got Williams, you got Lazard, you got this Corley. Oh, we kept a great slide. Oh, run after the catch. Boom, 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 boom. And you brought in Solomon Thomas to try to catch a fucking fade pass when you got three big receivers and you don't throw to them on the first down? And then you run Breece Hall twice when you got 240-pound Allen. If he, like I said, I'll say it again. If he can't get us 3 feet, he ain't worth his salt.
And one of those runs by Breece, if you look, if he bounces it outside, there's nobody there. He walks into the end zone.
But he dropped it.
He walks in.
Yeah, but he dropped it.
Mm-hmm. No, one of the runs at the goal line.
Oh, I thought you were talking about one of the first downs that hit him off his pad. He dropped it.
Down on the goal line. He goes left. If he bounces it outside, there's nobody there, and he just walks in. But instead, he went left and went into the line.
When is this team? Yeah. When is this team going to stop settling for mediocrity? When are they going to stop settling for third place?
And that's another thing. Last year, he would have bounced it outside. I don't know what's the matter. He didn't look right. He doesn't look right. All season, he doesn't look right. Oh.
If he's not right, give the two rookies, go to Davis and Allen, and wait till Breece Hall is ready when he's healthy.
I mean, he don't look like that same guy we watched. Where's that burst?
No.
Where is it?
Don't know. Don't know. You know what they remind me of, Kevin? And even Salah. Salah reminds me of the little brother who, oh, I'm losing, but my big brother will get us back in the game. And he sits there and hopes Rodgers does miracles.
Yeah.
Little brother, big brother syndrome. So you're still the coach. What did you guys do over 10 days?
What did you do for 10 days? Did you practice?
Well, I understand everyone gets that 3 days off, that little mini bye, but then come Monday, you guys should have been looking at film. This Denver team just beat Tampa Bay, who no one thought would happen. What did you think? You were going to steamroll them?
The offense
you were going to out-coach Peyton?
Offense looked like they were out partying all night. And they showed up to play the game.
Kevin, you're right, I know. And I'm going to say this, Kevin. For me, football is the one sport in my mind where coaching really wins games. And it showed you what a great coach did with nowhere near the talent that we have to what an asshole coach does. Can you imagine if the coaching positions were flipped?
60
and Vance Joseph and Westhoff was with us?
I don't know, man. I don't know. You better wake up.
Would you sell your soul to get Belichick here? I don't know if he would come here, but with Rodgers here, it's not a hard sell anymore.
No.
And let me tell you, a lot of that crap, if Vrabel was the coach, he would have been jumping up and down on the sidelines when they missed the field goal. He would have been like, all right, let's go. We got 95 seconds. Let's go.
Well, I heard guys talking today, even during training camp during the summer. And hard knocks last year. The throws he would make in training camps. Oh my God, did you see that throw? Like a fan sitting there watching.
I know. Well, that's what I'm saying. He's like the little brother who gets into trouble and hopes his big brother bails him out. Well, yesterday, big brother couldn't bail you out.
Nope.
And now we're going to play And listen, I don't know how long Sam Darnold's going to be on this magic carpet ride, but I think in 4 games, Sam Darnold has 13 touchdowns. And you know what? I like the kid from day one, and you knew it, and I'm loving what he's doing now.
All I can hope is that they're due to lose. Law of averages. That's all you can
Yeah,
hope.
yeah,
And our team shows up,
yeah,
gets off the plane,
yeah,
and actually goes to the field.
yeah. Hopefully they know how to get to London. They get
Not
on the
just
right.
in body,
Yeah,
but in mind too.
yeah. Yeah, they were embarrassed. This game on Sunday
As
should
usual,
be a
as
lesson
usual.
to them, and they should never play like this again. And for the next 13 weeks, this team should go fucking 10-3 off of that embarrassment. But they won't. They won't.
If you have another one like this, something's got to happen. Something's got to
Because you know
happen.
what's gonna I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen, Kevin. They're gonna lose a heartbreaker in Minnesota and to Minnesota in London, and everyone's gonna say, well, it was a far trip. They had to leave on Thursday. You got to cut them some slack. Those overseas games are always tough. Fuck that shit. These are professional athletes. So when I take my business trip and I have to go overseas and sell a pitch or do something, what do you think? If I shit the bed, what do you think my boss is going to tell me when I come home? Oh,
Hmm.
I know it was a far trip. Sorry, next time we'll
Yeah,
keep you
it's all
closer to
right.
home.
So
Exactly. Go and win the friggin' game. I don't want to hear we lost a close one. It was London. It was a far trip. Bullshit. Go win that game. Make Donald see ghosts. That's the friggin' quarterback. Put some
get
pressure.
get a
Our quarterback
turnover.
got hit
Get a
14
turnover.
times.
Get a turnover.
Yeah. Our quarterback got hit 14 times yesterday. Bo Nick stood pretty in the pocket. Where's Quentin Williams?
Didn't show up yesterday. Didn't show up.
I don't
The
want to
only time
hear I don't want to hear McDonald was the best player. He had 2 costly penalties.
only time we get to the quarterback lately is when we blitz. And you barely blitzed yesterday.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
Yeah, because we're too good, Kevin. We're too good.
All right.
Will McDonald. Me
You
championships. Did you hear Will McDonald last week in his press
you
conference? Yeah, fuck
you
that. All about getting me a championship. Oh, you got getting me a ring. Me, 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 me. That's all I heard Will McDonald told Janae Coakley last week. Me, me, me. Get me a championship. Get me a ring. Get me. Go get
yeah.
me some sacks.
Against the Pats, you blitzed over 40% of the time.
Yeah,
Yesterday was like 11.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Evan, I don't want to hear
And
the
he and
weather.
and he and he stood back there.
Yeah, yeah. I don't want to hear the weather. I don't want to hear Zerline missed a 50-yarder. That kick, it should have never came
Never
down to
came
that.
down to that. No, no. But
You blew that game when you had first down on the 1 yard
yep,
line and you couldn't move 3 feet.
you got first and goal. Put it in the end zone.
You couldn't move that team 3 feet. And you know what, Kevin? I can't believe you and I, for 3 years in a row, are sitting here ranting about the same fucking stupid things that we ranted about 3 years ago. And Salah is still in the driver's seats.
Mhm. Should have gotten rid of him after the Super Bowl this year. That should have been it. Should have been gone. Black
He's on
Monday.
his 4th year as a coach, 20 wins. 55 losses, 19 of them by double digits. In mini bye weeks, he is 2-7, and he's been outscored by 103 points. Penalties, 61 of them, and this is our coach.
20 and 35.
Yeah, this is our coach. This is what Jet fans like. Let him see him run the stairs. Oh, why can't he run the stairs? And what next? You don't want him to have dinner with his family? Right now, he shouldn't be having dinner with his family because he gets fired. His family won't have anything to eat. Jesus Christ with the fucking running of the stairs.
Oh man. Should be
Stairs.
interesting. Should be interesting. So I got nothing
Yeah,
else to say. I got
yeah,
nothing else to say. What the hell are you going to
yeah,
say?
yeah. I'm
Other,
going to say, as
did
Belichick would,
other than the quarterbacks, I had no stats. What the hell are you going to look at the stats for? What do they
what
mean? Nothing.
stats were there?
There
Rodgers
weren't
was your
any.
best running back yesterday. He passed for 200 yards, 225 yards. The Jets had one turnover on offense,
Yeah,
one turnover on defense. Their defense gives up 10 points in our building, and we don't score more than 10 in our building.
the stats. The only stat you need to know is that you lost to a quarterback that threw for 60 yards.
Yeah. Yeah.
I could throw for 60 yards in an hour.
Yeah, yeah. And Kevin, again, Jet fans make so many excuses. Oh, Zorlan missed the kick. Oh, why isn't there a dome? We live in the East Coast. Why isn't there a dome? Oh, stop it. Football is played on grass with real men, not this AstroTurf bullshit. No domes where the weather is perfect. Please, please, please stop it. Stop it. I don't know who it was today on X, but he said what I've been saying for years. I'm 53 years old, and this team still makes the same bonehead
Yep.
fucking plays. And he's
Yeah,
right. You
man.
got all these young 20-year-olds telling you how great. Don't worry, we're 2-2. 2-2, we should be done.
I watched Beningo before. It says the same thing we're saying, man. It's like, how many times have we
Yeah,
watched this game? How many
exactly.
times?
Exactly. And
It's almost laughable. It's almost
yeah,
like
Kevin, it's the
it really.
same. It's like that. It's like that movie with Bill Murray, Deja Vu. We've
Yeah, yeah,
seen
yeah.
this. We've
Groundhog
seen
Day.
this. Kevin,
Groundhog Day.
we sat here maybe 36 hours ago before the start of the Denver game and did our podcast. And I said, all right, everyone calls it the ultimate trap game. I call it the ultimate shit the
Typical
bed game.
shit the bet game.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you called it. You said JFM's going to have a sack, if not two. And I said to you, I'm hoping he has a penalty or two. He played such a clean game. You know, he was in the game.
Yep.
Why? Because he's got coaches now who know how to coach.
Yeah, you're not here. That's all that matters. You're not here.
Vance Joseph as I think that's their defensive coordinator,
Yeah. Yes.
schooled Ulbrich on everything right, and he doesn't even have half the talent we had.
Somebody gonna cover Sutton in the back of the end zone?
And Kevin, let me ask you a question. Maybe I'm just not paying attention anymore, but can Sauce make a tackle?
I think that's who was supposed to be covering Sutton in the end zone. I don't know.
I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. But you know what? Here's what I'm going to say, because we could repeat this for 14 hours. It's the same song and dance. To quote Bill Belichick, on to Minnesota.
On to Minnesota. What are you gonna do? On to London.
Yeah. Yeah.
On to London.
That's it for me, Kevin, because I'm going to be a broken record going over and over and over and over and over this crap. So,
I woke up so pissed off this morning. It was insane. I was pissed off right after the game. I watched the Buffalo game. Made me happy to see Buffalo get their ass kicked.
yeah.
And then I woke up this morning thinking, what a lost opportunity. What a lost every damn time. What a lost opportunity.
Yeah. Yeah.
Never sees the day. Never sees the day.
Yeah. But there are fans out there who are going to tell you, relax, we're 2-2. Oh, shit,
Yeah,
I'm
all right.
tired of that. We're 2-2. But if we lose next week, we're 2-3. And now we have to go play Buffalo on Monday night. We're going to be 2-4, possibly.
It's always that possible. Always that possibility. Always.
How pretty would it have been being 3-1 going to play Minnesota in
Yeah.
London?
No, but the pressure's off a little bit.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Nope. Nope. Always the same. It's always the same. The more things change, the more they stay the same.
Yeah. And Kevin, this is a Jet podcast, but how wrong were you and I on the Arizona-Washington game? Did they find their quarterback? He
Look
put up
out there.
42 points on the road, and you and I thought, oh man, they're never going to win in that. Stadium.
Look out, the Commanders, right?
Really?
Yeah,
And I asked you during the picks, can the Commanders shoot people and win that division? And we kind of both thought, nah, not this year. They might win that friggin' division because they got
yeah.
themselves a quarterback.
In first place right now, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, because the Eagles lost. I think they're all 2-2. Them, Dallas, and the
You
Eagles
know,
all 2-2.
like we could have been.
Yeah. Yeah. 3-1 sitting there pretty.
Mm-hmm.
Sitting there pretty.
Yep.
1 win in our division, 3 wins in our
Watching the
conference.
game tonight. Let's go Tennessee.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, we're saying that anyway, but it's not the same.
No, because if this Skylar Thompson finds a way to win this game,
Mm-hmm.
they're going to be 3-1. Say what
Yep.
you want, they're going to be 3-1, and that's another team now we have to hurdle over.
And there will be again looking up,
Yeah, yeah,
just like the Brady Bunch square. You know where they're on the bottom and they're looking
yeah.
up
No,
at everybody. Yes,
oh,
to
I
say, yeah,
know.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But no, I want to hear how great it is that we're 2-2 in a game out when we should be 3-1 and tied for first.
Mm-mm.
I want to hear how it's poor Greg Zerlin. The man's won so many games for us last year, kicked us everywhere. Now we want to blame him for kicking in the bad weather 50-yarder. Please. Please. It never should have came to that. Never should have.
To quote the Big Tuna, there's winning and there's misery. There ain't
Yeah.
nothing else.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's nothing
Anyway, Kev,
else.
that's it on my end, Kevin.
Yeah,
That's it
that's
on
it.
my
What
end.
else you gonna say?
Yeah. Yep.
On to London,
Yeah.
might, and on to Minnesota.
Yeah.
And on to
We'll
the
have fun.
revenge of Sam Darnold.
Yeah, we're going to have fun talking about that game because let me tell you something, Kevin. If Sam Darnold and the Minnesota Vikings beat us, I want to see what Jet Nation says about Sam Darnold now because they ran me out of town when I said Sam Darnold was a good quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
If he beats them,
And how stupid does Douglas look for getting rid of him?
with Zach Wilson, who might have been the worst draft pick in Jet history.
Next
He
to
can't
Christian
even start.
Hackenberg. Next
He
to
can't even.
Hackenberg.
Yeah, he was. Listen to this. He was our starter, but on Sean Payton's team, he's the third friggin' string. But on our team, he's the starter.
Yeah.
This is why we're a clown organization, and we're gonna stay a clown organization.
What does that tell you? What does that tell you?
This is what it tells me. Geno Smith was with us. He left, got properly coached by Pete Carroll, and now the man's winning games. Sam Darnold, yes, it took a few years, but people liked him. That's why he kept getting jobs. People liked him, and now he's with Minnesota, a good coaching step. And now look at him; he leads the league, I believe, in touchdowns with 13.
Mm-hmm. Like you said, looks like Montana.
Yeah. When the game was on the line, or when you're playing, his three big receivers are in. He threw a touchdown yesterday to all three of them. Meanwhile, 3rd down and 10, and a crucial, we need a first down. Rodgers is throwing to Gibson when we got Mike Williams,
Xavier Gibson. Xavier Gibson, right?
Yeah. Meanwhile, every pass thrown to Mike Williams, he's caught. He hasn't dropped the ball yet, as far as I remember this year. Maybe one. But on 3rd and 10, our biggest play, that's who we're going to. When Corley's sitting on the bench, supposed to be a yak guy, Lazard, big guy, Gary Wilson, fast guy, Mike Williams, tall guy, and Mike Williams is on the bench with 3rd and 10, and we're throwing to Gibson.
And you're thrown into the undrafted free agent.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Who's living off, like you said, game 1 of last year beating Buffalo in the Oak. That's all he's living off of.
Yeah,
but you know what, Kevin? But that's what I'm saying, Salah. Enough. You can't live off of that with this kid. Enough. He's an average player. He's a nice player. He's not a fucking starter. He should be on the practice squad.
A crucial time in the game like that, and that's who you're throwing it to.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, Kevin, I got to bring my blood pressure down before I go to sleep.
Kill somebody.
Yeah. Anyway,
all right.
Brother, we'll talk.
All right, you guys. We'll talk to you later. Till then, keep the faith and jet up. We'll talk to you later.